So I wanted to start from middle school because elementary school is really fixed on trying to get you to learn multiplication and addition and basic applications of maybe even fractions. So I'm not going to get too much into that. I'm going to more jump into the pre-algebra, the 8th grade math commonly. And this is a course that is one of the first where people start struggling with. Now pre-algebra, what it studies is it gives you the tools that you need to prepare for algebra. Now pre-algebra actually lives up to its name. What do you learn in pre-algebra though? Pre-algebra is sort of, you don't really learn algebra too much, you just prepare what you're going to see a lot in algebra. So for example, you're going to learn how to simplify things like x squared cubed. Or you might even learn something like how to simplify complicated things like this. The goal is essentially you want to take complicated things and make them smaller and easier to work with. And that's pre-algebra. You also learn in pre-algebra what's called PEMDAS. So what's PEMDAS? PEMDAS is this acronym for how you carry out certain operations. So there's addition and multiplication, which if you're up to this point, you should know what addition and multiplication is. But there's these other weird symbols and locations for symbols. Like for instance, sometimes you put parentheses around things. And then sometimes you put little tiny numbers at the top. So what PEMDAS does is it gives you kind of a priority list. It tells you should do this first, then you should do this, then you should do this. And so you look at this object and you see this as one big blur. It can be kind of annoying to look at sometimes. But what you should do is, what PEMDAS does is it says, okay, let's start with the parentheses part first. Then let's go into the exponent, and then let's work with the multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. And so that's what you'll expect in pre-algebra. So I'm going to start with high school next, and we'll get to that in the next lecture.